All right, guys, welcome back to Kamisha Reviews. And yes, I have cut my hair off again. Yes. Anyway, guys, I have uh, a special treat. I think I've been hyped about this, but like since yesterday. So without further ado, I'm just gonna bring up the queen. Okay, look, and as she can see, I'm very animated. Yes, if you look in the background, that is dripping right there. I'm so corny and so nerdy. I love her so much. I literally think I'm like one of her biggest fans, even though I'm a blogger. She's still I'm like, how can I be
Aw,
biased? How can I be biased?
thank you for having me. I'm excited. You've been a real one since day one. Who would have thought that everything would go down the way it did?
Yes. Now I know that of course you watched. I'm sorry you didn't watch it, but you were there for it, so you have to wait until it comes out for us to be like, okay, oh my god.
Hmm.
So I was like thinking to myself, how in the world was she holding this? Because that is a lot that you were holding on to. And I still stand on what I say, that you are a vet, even though you came in as a rookie. I've said that since the beginning, and you have not disappointed at all, period. Okay, so to make sure I say
Thank
that again
you.
live while you listening. She's so
Aw, thank
pretty. Oh
you.
my gosh, she's so pretty.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so I want to start out when we already had like a beginning interview, podcast interview. I will have that in the description. So I kind of want to jump into where the middle of the game a little bit, where the teams got separated. Okay,
Mhm.
and it affected everybody, differently or whatever. But did you learn a lot because you were separated from your ride or die? I mean, they didn't even tell you guys what was going on, so you kind of was sitting back in the cut, I would say. So did you learn a lot about the game, about the people you were playing against, with the separation?
Yeah. I learned that a lot of people can switch up really quick when they don't feel like they have dead weight or they
Mm,
um, you know, their ride or die was to their benefit, not really because they wanted both of them to win or, I definitely saw a lot of things. I also think it was a good break in this game. Especially for me and Horacio. I
mm.
was like, I can't lie. When we got separated, I was like, thank God, because I need a break from this man. But the mini final was really hard. It was
Mm.
hard physically. Like it was hard physically. But it
Oh,
was
wow.
very hard for me mentally because I felt like the way I was treated or the way he reacted, and it's all good now.
Yes.
It's never that serious.
Right,
But
right,
in the
right.
moment, I'm exhausted from the what we were doing, carrying such heavy things and me not really, doing pushing myself to limits like this in my
Yeah.
entire life or
Hmm.
in a long
Hmm.
time since I played sports.
Hmm.
So I was already fatigued mentally, I mean physically. So when he kind of got mad and dropped the gurney thing on me, I was like, out of everyone, he did this to me because he's such a
Mm.
kind guy. And that
Yeah.
kind of made me start questioning myself, where I was like, dang, if he's like mad at me or he's irritated or he's not gonna like be there for me, then who will? You
Oh,
know?
wow.
And
Interesting.
yeah, so but also I think on the other teams, I also realized how much he did have my back and it made us actually closer because on different teams you have to ride for each other even harder, otherwise they're going to go home or they'll get thrown in more. And he never had to do say anything. Put this on do not disturb, sorry. He never had to say my name or any girl's name because we never lost, our team never lost, thank God,
Yeah.
because I wasn't trying to go against any of those girls. But
Right.
I it was unfortunate because I tried to ride for him so hard and convince people not to pick him, but
Hmm.
it was just an easy name to say. And I was just, even though I wasn't going into elimination, I was so stressed every single week
Yeah.
because I was
Wow.
like, if it's not me, it's going to be him. And it was just hard because I knew he wanted to be there so bad and he's a good competitor. And, you know, I, I just know his heart. So I just wanted him to stay and he did. But, the mini final was definitely necessary for us to work out our kinks that we had in our communication because I don't know if you I saw the episode, but I can't really remember because for me, I went through it, so I know a different version of it.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I don't know, it kind of looked like Olivia is not pushing herself enough or whatever. Nah, girl, I was pushing myself so hard,
Who
and
said
that's what.
that? I'm sorry, I did not see that. I'm sorry, I did not
Yeah.
see that.
Well, no, in the confessionals, people were like, she's not giving it her all or whatever. And I was just like, damn, that's crazy because I was. I just knew my limitations. And to
Mhm.
get past my limitations, I needed clear, concise communication because I don't know how to push myself to those crazy levels. So if you want to push me there, you need to talk how I do it, you know?
Okay. Gotcha.
And as you saw in the episode, he didn't speak
Mm.
at all to me. So I was like, oh my God, like this is not going to work. We're never going to win the show because if he's not talking to me, we're screwed. Everyone else is killing it. And we're not,
Yeah.
we were strong. We were a strong team. We actually like, people did say that we were going to win this one. Like people on the drive there, like some of the production was like, you guys got this. You guys got this. Because we are strong, you know, and I'm a strong girl. But
Yes, you are.
it is the communication. It was the communication 1,000,000%. At the barrels is where we hiccuped right away.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, I let him take over and I didn't put any input because I trusted him so much. And he wasn't really doing it maybe as efficient as some of the other players. And I wasn't speaking up because I was like, I don't want to suck and it be on my hands.
Right.
Right.
Oh my
And
God.
then
Yes.
at some point in the barrel challenge, I was like, let's do it this way. And I took over. And then I got the barrels done quicker. And it doesn't show that. And then we were like one of the last in the barrel race, the barrel spinning. And that just held us up from the whole mini final. That really did. That time fucked us up because, oh, excuse my language, because also um, it discouraged him. You know,
Mm.
in that moment, he already had them in his mind, like, we're not winning, we're not winning, we're not winning. And I'm over here like, come on, we still have a chance. We still have a chance, being so
Right.
optimistic.
Right.
And but even if we didn't win, like it's like you want to win and like compete and win against your the version of yourself
Hmm.
and get better. And that's my mindset. His was, as you know now, knowing Horacio in the season,
Right.
he's just like all or nothing. Like we're winning, like
Yes.
he's a
Yes.
winner, or he gets
Going to
very
war.
salty.
I want to
Yes.
go to war with.
And I
I want to
love
go to war
that.
with him. Me too. I
And I love
swear, I
that.
do.
But I have a different way of approaching it in certain
Hmm.
situations when I know my limitations. I'm very logical as a person. So logically, I'm like, I can't jog with 300 pounds on my back
Okay.
because
Okay.
as you saw, like some of the players put the sandbags on the back of the gurney, and the guy was
Yeah.
carrying all the sandbags.
Yes.
We did everything equal, so it was like hard. So, and I'm not saying that anyone is discredited for that. It's just like there was different ways to go about
Yes.
doing
Do
certain
strategy.
things. And especially as rookies, we aren't experienced to know secrets and tricks. These people actually, the vets and stuff, they know the tricks. So we were just doing everything like by the books, where there's always a loophole. And now I know that there's always a loophole to get better and be better. And you'd be crazy if you think I'm not going to do that next season. but
Man,
but
that
yeah,
is
I know. I
no, but
know.
no. But Olivia, what you don't understand, what I'm saying is, okay, even in the chat, like Olivia, you're a badass, which she is. Y'all are a strong team. Yeah, there's some things you didn't know, but the reason why I called you a vet, and I have my reason because I've watched this show for such a long time, not just a blogger. I'm a fan of it. You represent everything that is a vet. You and Horatio both, and you guys were
Oh.
rookies. Obviously, you didn't know everything, but I was like, if they knew everything, they would have won. I swear, I feel like this that you guys would have won or got close to whatever. You guys would have done
Mm-hmm.
really, really well, even though you guys did well anyway. So you have to understand the fans love you because they see the grind. And we also saw the equal. I mean, I know it was no shade, but it's a little shade because you guys were doing where, I'm not gonna have you carry it. I'm gonna try to do it too. And
Yeah.
it kind of put me in the mind of the statement you made about your dad. I really cried because my dad is no longer here, but the way he
Oh.
raised myself and my sister, and especially me, he taught me all kind of like boy stuff, and I was just like, I never
Mm-hmm.
got it. And me and my sister would talk about it after he left. So when I watched the episode and you mentioned about being equal to a man, I told my mom recently, I was like, oh my god, it just like. Yes, that's exactly what he was
Oh.
doing. It was just everything. So I already like
I love it.
I love you anyway, but I was like, when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I just started crying because
Oh my
it's
God, it made me cry.
that's literally what he did for me too. So I just like it's why such a
Oh.
strong woman. So I just want to
Look at
say I
us
had to say that.
now.
I'm just
We're
saying,
glamazons.
I
We're
want you to understand that
glamazons.
we yeah, period. We love you and the people and the fans, they watch everything. They feel like you killed it the whole season and was rooting for you the entire season, and so was I. So I'm gonna just go ahead and give
Oh,
congratulations where it is to her. Period. Okay. Okay. I'm so corny,
thank
so
you.
sad.
I love
Um.
it. It's fun. Yeah,
Okay.
I
So
mean,
in it.
yeah,
Okay,
it's
Mama, go ahead.
crazy. No, it's just
No,
like
go.
overwhelming the love I have gotten, and it's just like it's just so different. Because did you watch Love Island?
Yes, yes. I
Okay,
did. I
so
watched
Love
you on there
Island,
too.
Love Island was just such a different response. I got a lot of love, but I also got a lot of hate on that show because they don't show things that might not turn into a storyline. So even though me and the guy I won the show with, he
Yeah.
who shall not be named, um,
Period.
even though we had like a little thing the whole time,
Hmm.
it wasn't enough to be on air early. So it looks very random. I haven't watched the show, I'll be
Oh
honest with
wow.
you, but I've seen
Hmm.
clips and I've heard what people say. It's very random. It came out of nowhere, and totally, I agree with that. But also, it wasn't like that. It was different in the house, um, and I was talking to a different reporter or blogger, and I said I actually like the challenge better that it's not live because I feel like you can get to know someone better because they'll follow you the whole show and they'll piece
Yes.
parts that make sense. Even though it's
Yes.
pieced, it's still you. And
Hmm.
Love Island,
Hmm.
it's live. So they don't know what they're gonna get the next day. So it's kind of hard.
Interesting.
Um, I don't know, it's just interesting. And then also if like the producers see a fan favorite, they're going to make that person talk to all the guys and they're gonna be so desired or wanted. In reality, we're all talking to the guys the same, and yeah, I don't know. It's just a different response on Love Island. Like I said, I got a lot of love, and those people that still support me from Love Island, I love them so much. Um, I just, like I said, I'm very blessed to be on the challenge. I think I got to show myself personally as an individual, not having to basically beg for guys' love. Like that's just not my MO. And I think that maybe that show was not the show for me. I know I won it,
Right.
but like it was a fluke. I'll be really honest. And yeah, everyone that I've had people even in my DMs being like, I was not a fan of you on Love Island. I didn't like you on Love Island, but I love you on the challenge. Now I'm a fan forever. And I'm just like, I love that. And I'm okay with that because I'm like, everyone deserves a redemption. And you don't have to prove to anyone that you're good enough for them to like you, but it's cool to see people can be multifaceted. Reality shows also show only what they want to show the
That's
public. So
and
it's like,
edited. Very edited. Yes.
exactly. So it's like, you can't, even some of these big players that are so hated on the show, you don't really know them and they're not as bad as maybe they are portrayed and so I don't know, I'm just blessed.
Sometimes we love to hate, to be honest.
Oh,
Anyway.
totally, totally, totally. And listen, before I was on reality TV, I would be like, ugh, I hate that guy. I usually never hated the girls that much because I thought they were like all I
Right.
kind of like the fights, but like the guys I'd be like, ugh, he's a douche or he's like he's just like corny or whatever. But now be on TV, I'm like walking on eggshells. I'm like, you don't really know what they're
Be
going
careful.
through
You
because
don't know.
yeah, I'm like
That's true. It's true. For me, it's different like that too. Because before I had one way, as I got to know cast and talk behind the scenes, I'm like, oh wow, we really don't know what's going on. And editing is such a bitch. People in the chat are even saying they watched you on Love Island and they agreed that they love you so much more on the challenge. I liked her both. I watched her on Love Island and felt like when I saw her in competitions, I randomly would say she would be good for the challenge, but I didn't think I would see her on there. I think I told you before behind the scenes, but so you being on there is just I say it's a bonus. And God, this whole season you brought me back to old school challenge. I would say that you brought me back to old school
Aw, I
challenge.
love
You
that.
did,
Thank
you did.
you.
So did you have like okay? So when you said to the challenge, did you have a goal coming in this reality show here, this competition, this franchise, however you want to say it?
Yeah, I did. I think that because I didn't have Twitter when Love Island was done. I didn't have Twitter ever my whole life. But I didn't make one after Love Island because my friends were telling me, or my some of my friends were telling me that you're so hated, or people thought I should have won, or it's just crazy stuff. And I at the time was just kind of like felt really not okay mentally. I was just like, damn, people hate me that
Mm,
much. But I realized you gotta be careful who you surround yourself with and who you're
yep.
friends with because people
Yes.
can drag you down if they have their own issues. And but yeah, where was I going with this?
You.
Oh yes, I remember. Oh my god, I'm sorry, my brain is fried. You guys, I have done literally like
I
seven
already
interviews
know.
today. Oh my god. But I had an interview with you because I love you and you've always been a like A1 supporter. I actually have been kind of just staying off your spaces or anyone's space because I don't want
I
to
haven't
spoil
done one
anything.
in
So
a
I'm
while.
so
Mhm.
okay because I'm so bad at spoiling things. I'm just like I cannot. But yeah, I think that my goal was to prove to people that thought that I was boring because I was told I was boring a
Mm,
lot. That I was boring or basically any criticism that I was getting. I wanted to
wow.
prove and show who I really was authentically because I know my heart. My friends know my heart. People that I have done shows with know my heart, and they showed me this season as me, and I'm so blessed for that. I really am. If nothing else, I'm happy that I got to shine a light and be myself, and you know, as hard as it is sometimes to be vulnerable and talk about your insecurities, because a lot of people compare themselves with, you know, well, you didn't go through this, so you don't have that hard of a life,
Yeah, they do.
or like
That's
you're not like,
unfortunate.
yeah, or like you're not that tall, I'm actually 6'2", or you're not that like thick, you know, and it's like, I'm not trying to be any type of way other than speak my truth, you know, and
Yes.
what's relevant to me. And I think I did that this season, as fearless as I could, and I think it resonated, and I'm blessed, honestly. I'm blessed that I stayed humble through everything, because some of my friends that were my friends on some past reality shows, I feel like personally have not stayed humble, and it's just unfortunate to see.
You're super humble, and even it resonated on this season. Now, in challenge history, when someone dates somebody on the show, it can bring drama. It's ruined games for men and for
Yes.
women. Okay, so my question is for you: how did you avoid that? Because everyone knows about the situation. We know you and Nelson on there, but you guys, to me, you guys treat it like business. Like if I worked with somebody for 15 years and didn't know they were
Yeah.
married the whole entire time, I didn't know because the way they
Yeah.
represent themselves at work. That's how I looked at you guys, especially you. You handled like business, like, oh, it's okay. He didn't pick me. Oh, it's okay. You focus on what you have. So I want to know,
Mhm.
how did you avoid that? That seemed to be very difficult.
Yeah, I knew what it was. I knew that I got to the point where I cared about Nelson as a person first before the game, where I didn't want in the long run for him to have enemies because of a girl he met on TV. Because to me, I didn't know if our relationship was going to last or not. I think down deep down, I knew it wasn't going to last. I think that I knew that I didn't want a boyfriend. I didn't want a relationship. When you're in the house, you get very lonely, and I'm a person that loves companionship, and I got along with him so well. So when me and him had conversations where, you know, he threw me in, as you saw, that was more
Yeah.
of my idea, because I didn't want blood on his hands.
Hmm.
And I also just, in my head, I was like, we're going to get thrown in every time. So might as well try something new instead of just be
Strategy.
backed in the
Yes.
corner, you
Hmm.
know? And then with the Fessy thing, I knew his past history with Fessy and them having their issues. But I also, as someone that was my man, I wanted him to look like the bigger person and be like true to himself, because they already had their conversation of forgiveness. So you can't forgive someone and be like, hey, I forgave you, but since you screwed me over, I'm actually going to screw you back over. I think
Right.
that's
Okay.
petty.
Hmm.
So even though many people wanted to see it happen, and hey, it
Yes,
would have
I was
been
one of them.
whatever.
Sorry.
Yeah, and that's cool. That's cool, especially I know now, because when I'm on the show, I don't know what people think are gonna think of me. Like you know.
Yeah.
So now knowing that people started to like me and Horacio as a team, and even
Hmm.
just me as an
Hmm.
individual,
Yes.
I knew that they got extra mad because they're like, "How are you not picking your girl?" You
Period.
know,
Period. I
and
swear.
I get it. But me and Nelson did have a conversation, and you're gonna get mad at me for this, but I
Oh
actually
my God.
encouraged it more to pick Fessy, because I was like, in my head, I was like, if I don't stay with this man, I don't want blood on my hands. Him being like, I screwed a relationship over because I picked you.
Mm.
That's kind of my thing. I kind of wanted to keep like, I was thinking in the future,
No,
if
no,
you know
no.
what I'm
I
saying.
get that because that was a serious. That could have
Yeah.
actually happened. I mean, relationships,
Yeah.
whatever. That would
Well,
could
and
actually
it, and no,
happen.
and that is what happened. So
Damn.
yeah, which I can talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, so yeah, but honestly, the house, me and Nelson really just found comfort in each other, and we had fun, and we never really talked gameplay strategies of like what we're gonna do to talk to anyone to get us in a better position. It was just like, I know if we won, I would never throw him in. He knew after a certain point in the game, especially
Okay.
once we got to know each other better, he was
Hmm.
never gonna
Hmm.
throw me in again. And also, if I did ask Nelson not to throw me in, he wouldn't have. And if I had told Nelson to pick me over Fessy, he would have.
Okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
actually good to hear. But I
Yeah.
felt like that you were more, you was your ride or die. And not saying no shade to him. Your concern was your game, and then your ride or die, especially when you guys were
Yes.
separated.
Yes.
That's where I saw. So that's why I say you treated like business. You were separating your
Mhm.
personal. So is that how you were actually able to completely avoid it? Because it did get a little messy in the house, but you were
Yeah.
not a part of any of it. I have to admire that
No,
because I was part of some of that.
yeah, I mean, who knows what I hope next season's not exes, because me and Nelson don't stand in a great place right now. And
Yeah.
obviously, as you know from Love Island, that relationship ended horribly as well. So
Mm,
I have two exes. I'm like, oh, please.
I hope
But
not.
I know it's just like I'm not giving these boys any more attention. I can't. I can't. But
Even though I think you'll rise above it, you still would kill it. Like you would have like a goal
yeah,
in mind. Like I
I
don't care.
would. I mean, but listen, these boys stay petty sometimes.
Men are more petty
But
than women, especially in 2023. Yes, I'll admit that.
exactly, exactly. Especially when they have feelings for you, instead of just like talking about their feelings, they like lash out in other ways. But so yeah, I kept it as a business, like you would, I guess you would say. Also because I never wanted to I wanted to go and do this for myself. I didn't want to have to
Mm.
paw a dick, as people say, or
Mm-hmm.
use a guy to get to the top. I knew in my heart, if I'm going to get to the final, I'm doing it because
Yes,
I deserved it.
girl, let's
And that's what I
go.
wanted to do, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And you know, my friends know that too, and that's why they weren't surprised with like how I moved. And I think that we definitely helped each other in ways. Like he didn't throw me in because he won. Like during the end of the season, he
Yeah.
didn't throw me in when he could have.
Mm-hmm.
He threw in like Amber instead.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
and so it's like, yeah, maybe he killed my game in ways, but it was never like on purpose or strategic. It just kind of fell into that way. So I don't know. I just wanted to be my own person and known for being Olivia, not Olivia and, you know,
Yes, and you were. Period. They call
thank
you
you.
the Barbie Beast and all the
Thank
things.
you.
The things. I mean, that's. I mean, you have a lot of names where it's like Queen. Look, you see your name. I got the little powerful women's power because it's like you just.
Oh,
It
I
was
love you.
you really like the women. You pumped us up. You really did for this season. Like we was. It
Aw.
wasn't just the underdog. It was like we were pumping up. We were when we want to see her win. We want to see her kill it, and Horatio too. We
Yeah,
did.
of course. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so with Horatio, you just speak a little bit on my podcast about, and people pulled it
Mhm.
out and talked about what you said about you guys. What do you think that makes you guys so unique? Because I feel like y'all's relationship on the show was better than most who had known each other for a very long time,
Mhm.
in my opinion.
Um, I'm very honest when it comes to speaking my feelings, and I just tell him bluntly what's up or how I feel, and he does the same in return. He wanted to go and play a clean game. I did too, but I also didn't know how realistic that was going to be for me because I
Okay.
wanted to win. I wanted to make it to a final. He kept me humble in the game. He kept me saying, Olivia, if we have to do it, we're just going to go in there and we're just going to do it. And I'm like, okay, okay, okay. He kept me level, and he kept me true to myself. And it's always great to have friends that keep you down to earth and keep you um, remembering who you are as a
Mm,
person, you know,
mm,
and things don't get to you and make you turn into a snake or anything crazy like that. Me and Nelson had some problems in the house just because of like, you know, we'd go out drinking and stuff, and
yeah.
it never blew up, so it probably wasn't shown because of that. But like he would always be like, "Live, like let's just like move away from the situation." And I would be like, "Cool, like I'm down with that." So he's always my soundboard, and I trusted him more than I trusted myself at times, which helped me have the confidence to kill some of these challenges. He was like, even during the hall brawl, he's like, "Liv, you got this," and I was like,
My
"Okay, I
favorites.
got
Ooh.
this." I was like, "Okay, I guess I got this." And then afterward, he's like, "I'll be honest with you, I was a little nervous, but you killed it." So it's like he hypes, you know, he like hypes me up, and um, he's like one of
Oh
the
my
best guys I
god.
know. He's genuine, and they do not make guys like him anymore, literally. Or it's like a needle in a haystack for sure.
You can tell he's like a
Yeah,
different. Oh man, he had me so. Oh my god, he had me so upset. Not in a bad way, but I was just like my heart.
I know.
So getting to the finals, what was that feeling like for you once you got to the finals? I know that had to been like
Yeah.
as a rookie.
I was I kept telling so I got really close to all the finalists because obviously you're in a house and we're the last ones there. We get really close, and I told them, I was like, if anything, I just want to make to a finals rookie and I would be happy. I literally said that. Maybe I jinxed myself or spoke that into existence, but yeah, so I want to just make it to a final because that to me I won. Because rookies don't make it to a final, especially as a rookie team. It's very hard.
It's very,
So
very hard.
I
I
was
know
like,
that.
that's all I want to do, and that was like where my mind was set. And maybe I should have spoken to existence like I want to win as a rookie, but yeah, so it was the best feeling ever. Like I remember we were on stage and like it shows us being excited and hugging each other, but like we were all
Mhm.
crying. Um,
Ah.
well, me and the girls were crying because
Right,
we're
right,
just
right,
like,
right.
yeah, we're
Hershey
like,
probably
oh,
was
this is
crying
so
too.
amazing.
I was
Yeah,
crying with y'all. A lot of people were crying. I saw that people was like tears. We was more. I think people were more happy that you guys made it to the finals than we were the vets that already been there before. Like I'm being
I
honest, we were
know.
rooting for you guys. Like ah, He wants you to
It was
make
such a
it.
good feeling. It was like the
Oh my
feeling I
God.
would imagine when you get like proposed to or something, because it's just like, oh my gosh, like I
Yes.
finally made it, you know.
Yes. Yes. Okay. All this time waiting. Yes.
Exactly. And then going to the final, I actually felt good. I felt like I had been training
Mm,
enough
okay.
for cardio where I could hang with everyone else. Because I didn't work out before the show, and I also didn't really work out the whole entire season. I My body is naturally athletic. I've just been like that. My whole family is. Like my dad's like a lumberjack. My mom is like literally almost 60 and has like abs
Oh
still.
wow,
Like my
Jesus.
family's very,
Mhm.
but I also like after Love Island, I kind of went on this random spree of partying, drinking, eating bad food. I kind of just like let myself go in a sense, like
Mhm.
athletically. And even in Argentina, the food was so gross. Like it was not my vibe. So the only thing I really ate was like bread and carbs. So I gained 20 pounds on this show. And I lost 20 pounds since then. But like,
Really?
yeah, I gained 20 pounds. Did you see my
Maybe
butt in
we
the
turn into
final? My
muscle.
butt was like huge. I was like, God damn. I was watching
But
myself run
the
and it was
men
just
love your
like,
shape, mom. Now look, they say she thick, thick.
right? Literally. And actually, like, I wouldn't mind it, but it's hard to run. It was harder to run because I was like, geez, I
That
got a
would
little
be my
extra,
issue.
you know?
That would be my
Yeah,
issue. I'm so
it is
serious.
a thing.
I
It's
would
a,
be like, no, because I was in track. So that's what I'm saying. Like
yeah,
seriously, even in my smallest, that was always my butt was always like Jesus. You know,
yeah.
I'm doing shot put and discus. Like this running is just not. I can't. I'm being serious. That's what I did
Oh
too.
my gosh. No, yeah, so you get it. And I was just like, gosh. So I knew that I was okay, I guess, to compete. And also Horacio had a way of coaching me through it and making me
Mhm.
believe in myself. And also because of the mini final, he realized how I needed to be heard so I can do my best. So
Right.
me and him started training outside for like a couple days, like a week, the whole week before, and we practiced like carrying weights on our shoulders and being like, okay, 1, 2, 3, flip, like moving to the other side, and just like being able to be one in sync. And we did really good on that. And honestly, if we weren't sabotaged with the fish disgustingness, and I didn't hurt my finger and have to get it cleaned up, and you know, we were right behind
No, y'all
them.
was right. Y'all was killing it.
Yeah,
Y'all.
and
Oh my god.
yeah, I know. And then we got sabotaged again at the golf balls. And
Mhm.
as you have seen, my finger was really injured. It wasn't just like a paper cut. It was the whole entire finger was inside out, basically ripped off, like
Oh, you don't know
whatever.
the review I did. I literally now you know how. Well, you should know by now. I literally had a zoom. I had a zoom shot of your finger because I wanted them to see. Like literally, it was piece of it was sliced off. You can
Yeah,
see it if you can zoom through
yeah,
the picture. So I was like, we have to be able to do things. That would be difficult. If that was my right hand, I don't know. I
yep,
don't know how you did it. So I mean, okay. Speaking of the finger incident, that will go down in challenge history. Not because of blood, because challenge have had history of blood before. To
yep,
me, it was your actions after you got injured. You continue to push. You're being wrapped and everything. You're like, come on. Like, hurry
yeah.
up. I was like, this is the beast. Like, period. She was like, what's in her head? There's blood. They're wrapping fast. She's probably yelling at them saying, could y'all hurry up? Go. Let me drink. I'm like, how is she?
Oh,
What was going through your mind? Girl, I was like screaming at the
I
screen.
know. You know, I haven't played like competitive sports or done really anything that has pushed me or challenged me in a while. But when I was younger, I was very competitive. I played varsity tennis, I was in
Okay.
soccer, and I was in
Mm.
every sport, very, very, very
Volleyball is very
competitive.
competitive.
And I
Jeez.
think that when I got back into that mindset, it's just like it's a different, like they were saying they were saying in the interviews, like the producers were like, something comes over you when you compete and it's like insane. Like you literally check out of being like the smiley, like goofy, like charismatic girl and you turn into like literally like She-Hulk. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but very competitive. So I was like, I don't like to lose, and I'm actually very good at winning usually in like real life. So I'm just like,
Right.
okay, I really believe that we got this. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna do whatever it takes because we still got this. In my head, I was like, we still got this. Um, but it was discouraging in a little bit because I I knew that my middle finger was so messed up, and if we had to do anything like digging or hanging, I couldn't do it. Or
Right.
if we had to get in like water, like you see in the preview for the next part too. the water.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have been able to do that too well because it was disgusting water, by the way. Like you heard they said it smelled like dead bodies. Like it was not clean water.
Ugh.
And my
Right.
cut was so deep, like I probably would have gotten staph or something. I don't know. But,
Yes.
um, and so, yeah, I mean, I also didn't want to let Rossio down because I saw how hard he was fighting the whole season.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be the reason for that. And I was not going to be the reason for that. I
Mm-hmm.
ended up being the reason for that, but not because I didn't want to try. It's just because of unfortunate incidences. But yeah, we were doing really good. We really were. I'm not gonna say it was easy. It was definitely hard running. Those tires. Woo, I mean, it looks easy on TV. Like it looks like we ran like maybe a couple times. No, we did like 8 laps,
Oh my
or we did 16.
God,
We we
girl.
did we did 16 laps actually. We went 1, 2, 3, 4, and it was
I
like
would have been dying.
0.66 miles, 0.66 miles each
Wow.
way. So we ran about like
Wow.
what, like I don't even know math. Is like what
There are men who can't do that.
7 miles or whatever. And I've never ran 7 miles, and I barely stopped. We would stop for 30 seconds. I catch my breath, and then I
Yeah.
would keep going. And so we were still doing well, and I was like, damn, if we're doing well, and I'm actually struggling,
With his
I
finger and
think,
everything. I was like,
yeah. I was like, okay, maybe we got this. And then
that was my
then our
next
memory,
question. That was my next
yeah.
question. Do you think y'all gonna win? That was my next question. Did y'all think y'all gonna win? At that moment, once you got wrapped up and y'all are going, did you think
Yeah.
we can get this? We still can win.
I now knowing what everything was, because I obviously know everything. I think we had a really good chance to win. Yes.
Mm,
Um, I will say that obviously in the moment when you're running with tires and it's like nonstop and that's only the second checkpoint, I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be so much. But then I saw the slingshot was next, and even though I didn't want to do it because my finger,
yeah.
it in theory is the easiest checkpoint. You just
Mm,
you hit the
yes.
target. But yeah, and people are like, she should have used her left hand or use both hands. I'm like, you guys don't think I tried that? I did my left hand many
We saw
times.
it. It's on the
Yeah,
camera. You went like this.
yeah,
I was saying it as you were moving it. You were doing
yeah.
every avenue to.
I was.
I don't understand what they're talking about because you were doing
Yeah.
it. That's weird.
And then if you do use both hands, if you let go of one hand first and then the other one a little later, it's gonna sling sideways. It's never gonna go straight perfectly. So I know how to shoot a slingshot, and it is with your middle finger is the best option, and then you just let it go, and it usually
Mm,
is fine.
you're right.
Um, and the first ball I got, I think I got it like the first time or the second time, and then but doing that, it ripped my finger up again, and then that's why my second time I'm like, oh, because it like hurts so bad.
Yeah, I can tell.
Um,
Oof.
yeah, and then as you saw, it was the fastest thing I've ever seen. The ball hit me, thank God, between the eyes, not my eyeball, or my teeth or my brain. Because I mean, if it hit me like right here, that's like you can die, or if it hit me in
Yeah,
the temple, or if I was like this or
I've seen
something.
that baseball game
Um,
before.
yeah,
It's deadly. Yes,
yeah, yeah. Especially it was coming at me like 100 to 110 miles an hour.
I knew it
It's
was that
very
fast. I
fast.
knew it. Yes, that's what I
Yeah,
said.
it's
It was a
very
golf
very
ball.
fast.
Golf
It's a
balls
golf
are
ball.
actually golf balls are not like a tennis ball. And see that people don't listen to a golf ball.
It's like a
That
rock.
is, I used to play with those balls like when my dad would be at the golf we worked at. I used to pick up the balls while he was at work. Them things were so hard. Like, girl, I was like, and then I saw the picture. I got a frame by frame. I said, "Dear God,
Oof,
she was so close because it hit right
I know.
here."
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I
So
know.
the ball looked like it was okay. Did you know? Because from our end, when they showed the camera shot, to me, the ball was like going like this. Like I thought it was gonna fall to the floor. I didn't think it would come this way, but it was actually
Yeah.
going like that. So did they give you
Hmm.
like how did like you say how nobody didn't see this? I just kept blaming everybody but you. I was like, how
I
nobody
know.
didn't see the ball going down? Because I was like, you can see it going down. I don't know. What did they
Yeah, no, so I actually shot a lot of balls that were just exactly the same that felt
okay.
like that.
Hmm.
It wasn't that hurt. It wasn't the reason it came back at me. It was because the slingshot, the strap like when I let go of it, it must have just like twisted, and I pulled it back again. And as I let go of it, it went and it just turned.
Oh my god, because your thing was wrapped. Is that what it was? Because
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it was so barely that you couldn't really see it. I'm just surprised that we didn't have lacrosse helmets or glasses or anything because even when Jordan and Fessy did the slingshot in an old check or challenge, they had glasses like those little science glasses, you know.
yes, that's a
So
good
I'm like,
question.
I don't know why. Maybe because it's only 2 balls, and they were like, it'll be quick, and then they'll get on their merry way. I mean,
That's
it's no
probably what
one's
they
fault.
thought.
It's just a freak
Right, it was an
accident,
accident, a horrible
but
accident. Yes.
yeah, it was crazy. I mean, I felt my nose break instantly. I thought it was on the side of my face, to be honest
Mm.
with you. That's how much vibration and like impact it had. I felt my forehead
Oh,
crack,
Jesus.
and then I instantly got a migraine, and I couldn't really see out of this eye. And that's when I was like, I could see, but it was like if you push on your eye, you see double vision. That's what I saw. So I
Yes.
couldn't see. I couldn't see clearly, and I was like, oh
Mm.
my god. But all I could think about was, I mean, I was I'm good now. In that moment, I was so devastated. I was devastated. I was like, I'm not stopping, and I did not want to stop. I literally begged them, please, like I'm not gonna quit. Like I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. Please, like, but they wouldn't. They couldn't let me go. Maybe if it was like the last day of the challenge or the last day of a challenge, they would have. But they knew what was in store later in the
Yeah.
challenge, part one or two and three. That obviously I couldn't get in water like that because there's open wounds. I mean,
Yes.
it was just, and they also were worried that I could have brain swelling or concussion. They were really worried about the concussion. They kept asking like what my name was and my birthday and what year it was, and I was
Scary.
getting. I have a little disco ball light in my face. That's where the
I
golf
know.
ball is.
I see. You're so silly. Yeah, I saw the
I'm
laugh.
sick, but
Oh, you're so
but yeah.
goofy.
So I was like, yeah. I mean, it was obviously really, it was bad. You could hear the ball hitting my face. You can almost hear it just like crack my
Oh my
skull.
God.
So it was crazy, but if they would have let me go, I would have tried. But I was
I believe you would
defeated.
have tried, but girl, I well, for a lot of us, with the finger thing, I was like, I know she could push through, but when it hit your face and you turned around and you went like that, I said no. I said I don't know what happened. I said, but the ear, nose, and all that. I said you got to be very careful. They're not going to let her
Mhm.
continue. And for me, watching Horatio, like knowing as you're leaving that I'm not going to be able to, and when he started to ask them, I felt like I just started crying. I was like, oh my
It's so
God,
sad.
that was
I
so
didn't see that
hard.
either because I was in the
Well,
ambulance, so I didn't watch him cry, and so watching it back, I was like, "Oh my god." It was so
so
sad.
watching that back, like when you got to watch it, I know you can watch it at the time because you was like in the ambulance, but watching it back once you got to see it, your first reaction, I know that was gut wrenching.
Mhm. It was so sad, and ugh, and if you guys have watched his past show, which if you probably not many people have, it's only in Spanish. I don't know, unless you speak Spanish, it's like kind of hard to follow, I guess, or whatever. But he got disqualified right before or not disqualified. Sorry, he got kicked off the day before the final, and that show he was on for 6 months. So
Oh
he was
Jesus.
devastated with that. So
Oh,
us going to a final and being DQ'd, it was like he was reliving Groundhog Day,
right.
you know?
Damn.
So I felt so bad for him because I know obviously his back history more than
Yeah.
everyone else. And I'm just like,
100%.
oh my God, like I can't believe this. And then he didn't know how bad it was, I don't think at the time, because he didn't see it from how we saw it on TV. He was behind me and he knew I
Hmm.
got hit, but he didn't know how hard I got hit or whether it just like bounced and like kind of hit me. I was
Right.
like, ow,
Right.
a bloody
Right.
nose, like, or what? It's just a
Yeah.
bloody nose.
Yeah.
Because if it was a bloody nose, like you can just stop a bloody nose and like
Yes.
keep going.
Yes.
But this was obviously more serious. And after the show, after he watched it this Wednesday, because he didn't watch it, I previewed it early because I was on the challenge podcast. So I got to see it early, and I was just like, oh my God, like I do not want him seeing this. Like it's so much. And he watched it, and then he texted me instantly and sent me voice notes, and he's like, Olivia, you're such a warrior. You're so badass,
Yes.
whatever. And I think that for the first time, he saw how actually intense it was. Um, because I mean, anyone can get hit in the face and get black eyes. It's different when you are shattering your bone, and that's why. Because the ball was up here, it wasn't even around my eyes, and I still got black eyes because of how much impact and everything. So I don't think he realized how severe it was until he saw the episode, and he gave me all the flowers. He texted me paragraphs and sent me voicemails, just like or voice notes, just like hyping me the hell up. And I was like,
Mm.
"I'm sorry." He's like, "If you ever say," and he doesn't cuss, but he's like, if you ever say effing sorry again, I will kill you. Like, so he does not blame me at all.
That's
And
wonderful.
yeah, I'm so lucky that it was my ride or die, and that we're friends, and that hopefully we can both go back on another season together, even if we're not partners. That's okay as long as we're together, because we obviously will always have each other's back until the end of time.
Oh, the
So
fans will make sure y'all will come back on there. The fans are already saying it every day. That you
I
better
know
be
it's
back.
so crazy. I
Because
know
you know
I
they
have
love you.
messages. People are like, we're gonna riot if you guys aren't back. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is just the love. Like I said, the love is insane. But yeah, it was sad to watch Horacio, and I do think like I don't think that any other team wouldn't have won, but I think that we had a very very good
Yes.
shot of winning. And
Yes, I
as you guys
agree.
watch the next episode, you'll see why. Um, and and then when you guys watch the final, I think like yeah, it's
And
just crazy.
we're all gonna probably say we think y'all should have won. So I want to ask you a final question. Your scars that you
Mm-hmm.
showed on camera. For me as a woman, I have freckles and all these things, and a lot of women have
Yeah.
things going on. Um, I was in awe of it. What made you
Oh.
do that? Because you showed it in the different stages, even with the makeup on. I was like, oh my God. And I talked about it in my video. I was like, she's showing us this and she doesn't have to. And so I just
Mm-hmm.
want to know what made you do it, because a lot of women really love that.
Aw, thank you. I'm actually gonna make a TikTok with my whole journey, because I posted that picture, the black and white one, and
Hmm.
it looks okay. It looks good, actually. But I also have been getting laser treatment on my scar for about 5 months, 6 months
Oh
now,
my
whatever the
God.
episode happened. And it was like it's pretty intense laser treatment. It's not like a laser that like gives you a facial. It's
Right,
like
right,
12 needles that go all the way into your epidermis, like 4 millimeters in, and it does electroshock, so it like shocks your face. It hurts so bad, and then it also heats up and like recollagenizes the cells so you can build back tissue that is there. Because I had a dip because my muscle, actually I never told anyone this, but my muscle from here to here uh, ripped. So I had a dip in my skull.
Jesus.
So it's like I was like, should I just get filler? You know, like lip filler. You just
Yeah.
put filler there.
Hmm.
I'm like, should I
Hmm.
just do
Hmm.
filler? And I'm so lucky that I went to the place I went to get my laser. And with this tool, it allowed it to rebond naturally, and it's now for the most part pretty flat. In person, you can see it more than a picture
Right,
actually. But
right.
but yeah, I wanted to do that because y'all have rode so hard for me, and you've seen me at every stage anyways. You've seen me on Love Island, you've seen me on the
Yeah.
challenge with no makeup on the
Hmm.
final, I look
Hmm.
crazy. You
Right.
see me
I look
bleeding.
crazy.
You saw me bleeding my whole body out.
Right.
Like, and I feel like for me to stay true to who I am and be the person that you guys support, I still need to be myself on social media and not highlight just that I'm hot or I'm perfect or whatever. And that was my truth in that time. I looked crazy, and yeah, I have like people didn't even know I had freckles really, and I'm like, yeah, I have freckles, I have blemishes, I have spots, I am not perfect. I have two black eyes. I have my eyebrows tattooed, my eyeliner is tattooed because I have no eyebrows naturally, and I have basically no eyelashes. So I'm not perfect, and that's me. And I, yeah, I don't know. I feel like you guys deserve to see the behind the scenes because you guys followed me so closely and we're so invested. And I want to be able to share with you what I went through because I feel like my story wasn't done being told yet on the show because it kind of just left on the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to
Yeah.
share with you guys, like, what it was. And I'll be honest, I mean, that scar is nothing compared to what could have happened, but it's still me looking in the mirror every day and seeing a memory that I don't love to remember. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of hard
Mhm.
sometimes, but like I said, it's all superficial at the end of the day. Like I want to stay true to who I am so people fall in love with me as a person, not the way I look, you know?
Period. I just thought
Yeah.
it's
So
a beautiful it was a beautiful moment for a lot of people
thank
who have
you.
scars and all kind of things, and just
Hmm.
the fact that you're on TV and you're like, okay, 3 months later, and I was like, oh my God, that's what I took from that moment. It was a beautiful
Hmm.
thing that you guys resolved and come together. We love that too, but that hit a lot
Yeah.
of us that you're like, I'm gonna show it without makeup. I'm gonna show you what.
Aw.
So, so
Thank
I
you.
wanna ask you a question, Mama. So you did the challenge, did on Love Island, and you kill it on the challenge type of shows. Are you gonna
Thank you.
branch out to do anything else? Maybe Netflix or Big Brother, which is a big competition
Yeah.
show. Have you thought about it?
Um,
Because you'd be good on there. Oh my God, please go to Big Brother.
I have never seen Big Brother. I've never seen it, but I hear it's manipulating and lying, and that freaks me out. But also, like, if America has anything to do with me winning, then maybe I would do well because they would not sabotage me. I don't know how it works. Um, but listen, I will always do everything once to try it
Okay.
out.
Right.
Um, if I got the call, sure, but it's not as easy to get on TV as people maybe think after you're already on TV. I would have to wait for a call from someone. I don't know who would I contact for that. But maybe if like the fans harassed Big Brother pages or, you know, the
They
challenge
probably
TV,
will.
yes, or
They
you
probably will.
whatever, but I would do it. I think for me, actually the show that I really want to be, which I was approached about this actually, but I
Mhm.
don't think I'm gonna do it. Was The Bachelorette.
What? Oh my
Hmm.
god, girl, go through the Bachelorette. Oh my god, they would fawn over you. That would be everything. Oh my,
It would be
oh, that'd be so good.
insane.
That
I
would be
know.
so
So
good. That would be so good. You never
you
know
guys
what
want
could
to see
happen.
me
It's an
there?
experience.
I mean, I'll do, like I said, I would do everything happens for a reason. If I'm meant to be on there and someone officially contacts me, I'll definitely give it a go. But yeah, just go spam the Bachelor page, I guess, because I think that ratings on TV shows are low now because everyone has Netflix and Hulu and everything. So
Yes.
if the fans are willing to watch a network show because of a person, they'll do it. So go
For you, they probably
spread the
will,
love.
but I'm saying the Bachelor fans better get ready because the challenge fans don't play. That's all I'm
I
saying.
know. I
So
know. I know. I know. It's very,
they will
very
protect
true.
you down. Like I'll be right there with them. Bop, 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 back up.
Or maybe me and Horacio can go on there together and we'll he'll have girls and I'll have guys and I can interview the girls like which one I'm like, Horacio,
Well,
this
that'd be
girl's really
cute.
that would be kind of cute. Ride
That'd
or
be
die
very
bachelor
cute.
season.
Oh my god, that would be so cute. I swear,
Right?
if they start that after this, I'm gonna just like, oh.
I know. It'd be actually a good idea, but
So,
who
Mama, I am
knows?
so happy that I got the opportunity to talk to the queen. That look, I hope it don't
Oh,
look. Well, I'm not sure if it's too soon, but like with the Marsha with my nose, and I'm like, oh, because I saw something. I said, are they gonna be like? Have they come to you about that yet? Have they done
yes,
it?
I've seen it.
Oh my
She
god!
scares me, but yeah, she's dope. I mean, that girl is strong as hell.
But at the end of the day, we want to see you back again because girl, you are a vet. You was a vet
Thank
from the
you.
beginning. I don't care what nobody says. I got online with somebody. I was like, look, she's a vet from the beginning, and everything I said is true because she's come through here, even not knowing the loopholes, just killing it. Her and Horatio both. So the Horatio is a threat to some of the men vets, and you are a threat to some of the women vets. I said it. You don't have to. It is
Thank
what it is.
you.
All right, mom. With
I
that
love
being
it.
said, go ahead, mom. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I said I love it.
So with that being said, we're about to get up out of here. I am a Southern girl, Southern blogger, the queen of reality TV. With that being said, this is the end.